Good morning and welcome to my beautiful bungalow. I'd like to give you a quick kitchen tour. I will put a before picture in now so you can see where we started when we purchased this home. This is a 1950 bungalow that is 70 years old this June 2020. And we renovated this kitchen in January of 2018, so it's a year and a half old. We used IKEA cabinets, which I absolutely love and would recommend to anyone. If for some reason you don't like the choices of colors or door fronts that IKEA offers, there's a company called Handmade where you can really customize your door fronts while still utilizing the IKEA cabinets. So that's another option for you. We were very pleased with these. These are off-white. They're not a pure white, but for my aesthetic and what we were looking for, that was perfect. I will show you some of the drawers and cabinets just so you can see what they have to offer. I love the fact that they have all these inserts that fit perfectly and really organize you. All of the doors and drawers are soft close. You can really configure this any way that you like, and there's so many options as far as cabinets and what you get. IKEA offers a measuring service that you absolutely should take advantage of if you can. I believe it's $225. They come out and laser measure your kitchen, and then they have somebody design it based on the layout. And for us, we wanted to do this on a budget. We did not move any gas lines or any plumbing. The stove originally, if you look in the before picture, was against the wall. So we were able just to move it out because the gas line was there. They just used a little bit of a longer hose, I guess, and were able to put it there when they installed it. And the back 5 inches of this counter is not over a cabinet. We left it space for the gas line. So even though it looks like it might be over the cabinet, it's not. The cabinet does not start until a few inches away from the wall. And speaking of cabinet, this is my favorite of the IKEA cabinets. Just pulls all the way out and makes life nice and easy. And there's 2 drawers in here that pull out the same way. And it also lets you have some storage on the bottom. Again, soft close. Another wonderful thing about IKEA is they stand behind their products. This was not my original pantry. You can see how perfect this fits in here. But we had a huge pantry over here. And after a year of living with it, I decided I really hated it. It kind of took over the whole kitchen. It didn't add any warmth or character. It was just a big white box sitting right in our entryway. And I will show you when you come into our home what you see. So that's our entry to the kitchen. I love this little archway, but what you were seeing was the side of a giant white cabinet. So after a year, I returned, it was exactly 1 year and 2 days, I returned it to IKEA and they took it back. And I was able to get this Hoosier cabinet, which I love, and no, I'm not going to paint it. Everybody asks that. I really like that it's this color. I like that the warm brown in our countertop picks up on the color of the Hoosier cabinet. And talking about countertop, on this side of the kitchen, this is epoxy. This was a giant laminate counter. I hated the laminate. It was starting to peel up and not the best quality. And it just was not the look that I wanted for our kitchen. I will put in a before picture now so you can see not only the original counter, but how short it was. And when I bought this house, one of the things that I really loved about it was that my dog's cages were able to fit perfectly under here. When I was house hunting, that was a huge issue. If I found a house that I liked, I was always like, where am I putting these cages? And yes, they're very oversized, but I want them to be able to fully stand up and turn around. We do not keep them in there. They're in there now because they would be following me and you would hear nails clicking all over. They're in there only when no one is home because they're two girls and sometimes they get into it. And to protect them and make sure nobody gets hurt, we put them in cages. So they're very good dogs. We love them, but they're only in there for filming purposes at the moment. So we built out the counter 8 inches prior to us doing the epoxy, and then epoxied over the whole thing. Had I known, I may have attempted to do that on this side prior to purchasing the granite. It was very affordable and inexpensive to do the epoxy. I believe we got the epoxy from Walmart and just used Home Depot spray paint on plastic bags to create the look. The other thing that I would like to show you is the ceiling. A lot of times the ceiling can be a deal breaker if you're house hunting or you want to renovate or change something. I will put in a before picture showing the drop ceiling being taken down. It had a big fluorescent light box in the center of the room that was not attractive, nor was the drop ceiling. And when we took it down, we found these horrible yellow tiles. So what we did is we got styrofoam tiles to go over it. This was a very easy process. Anyone who has an ugly ceiling that they need to contend with, whether it's popcorn or stains or anything else, this is an unbelievable alternative to sheetrock. In our living room, for the same reason, I'll put that picture in as well. They had the same kind of tile in both rooms, and it just would have destroyed the look that we were going for. So if you have any questions regarding IKEA cabinets, epoxy counters, or styrofoam ceilings, please feel free to put them in the comments and I will do my best to answer them. This kitchen was created on a budget and I could not be happier with how it turned out, and encourage anyone to try and do things themselves. You'll really be surprised. Make it a great day.